What up, man? This is Caligula, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Yeah.
Right before I hit the lick, I close my eyes, begin to pray. Let us make it back and pray my enemies be DOA. Rhyme bumping at.
All right, today we got Caligula jumping off the porch with us today.
Yes, sir. What's up, peoples? How y'all feeling?
How you feeling today, gang?
Feeling good, man. Feeling great. Blessed, man.
For sure,
Happy
man. It's
to
a
be
pleasure
here, man.
to have you here with us today,
Pleasure
man.
to be here, bro.
So tell me, what you out here working on in Atlanta?
Man, we just working on a lot of things, man. Just finished up a couple videos for the single, All of the Money. Out here working with studio, been in the studio at Kepler 22 Studios, working on some new music. We out studio tonight, working on some new music, new singles and stuff like that to put out.
Straight up. So how would you describe growing up in Hampton Roads, Virginia, man?
VA 757, man. It taught me a lot, man. It brought me into becoming the artist I am today, man. I met a lot of my, lifelong friends and family out there. That's why I developed myself as an artist, man. And that area gave me my first shot at music. You know what I mean? And understanding the grind, the grit. You know what I mean? And it has a lot of background for music. That's what Timberland is. That's what Missy, the Clips, Pharrell, Teddy Riley. You know what I mean? We ran into all them guys out there while we was on the grind. So shout out to Hampton Roads, man. VA 757 all day.
Straight up. So how would you describe your childhood coming up?
My childhood growing up was beautiful, man. It was some ups and downs, especially coming from California, San Diego. Shout out to 619, man. Dago all day. Southeast Dago. Shout out to all my family over there. But I had a beautiful childhood, man. Like I said, it was some ups and downs, man, but I have no complaints, man. I'm happy where I am today. I learned a lot as a child. I had, 8 brothers and sisters, so, I learned a lot from all different aspects, from my older brothers and my older sisters down to my younger brothers and sisters. And we all stayed tight-knit, and great parenting, great upbringing, no complaints at all, bro.
For sure. So when would you say you jumped off the porch?
I jumped off the porch around 13, man, That's when I was pretty much dolo, man. My younger siblings were young. My older brother was pretty much out of town. My sisters was into their things as teenagers, and I was kind of like dolo out there, between 13 and 16 as far as learning the ropes on my own and with my friends and that I met out there. But that's when I first started rapping and started tapping into my artistry a lot, you know what I mean?
Like that. So when and why did you move to Atlanta?
Back in 2007 is when I moved to Atlanta, me and my fam. And we moved out here for the simple fact to, get further into our businesses, music as well, starting off and to turn into different avenues of entrepreneurship. But music, for sure, man. Me and my partners, my 7 Crown, shout out to the Crown, my man Wild Money, my man Nitty, Crown Life. We came out here, trying to push a movement, push our music, because we heard of the big Atlanta scene back then and all the hustle. So we came out here and gave it a shot, and we ended up, doing good things and still doing good things out here.
For sure. So how would you compare Hampton Roads to Atlanta?
I could compare it as far as like being wild. I mean, everything's random as far as the hustle. I mean, Virginia might be small, but it's a lot of hustlers, a lot of go-getters out there, a lot of money to be made. And, same as Atlanta, it's just a bigger platform in Atlanta, And it's a bigger reach, and it's more opportunity out here in the A, Virginia is limited, you get stuck in that crab in the barrel, crab in the bucket type mentality where, it is a lot of hate, They say Virginia's for lovers, but you'll get hated on quick. So you do want to diversify your surroundings, get up out of there, maybe come back, show some love, still show them that it's popping. But Atlanta is definitely a way bigger platform, and this is home now too, A lot of family and movement out here now too.
For sure. So what would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome so far?
Biggest obstacle is, learning how to grow into being outstanding businessman, outstanding man in general, on point. A lot of distractions come in the way, especially when you go deep into your music, man. You want to avoid those distractions, and distractions come in different, forms, and you just gotta outweigh the negative with the positive, and you know. But now I'm good, man. You know, business is good. You know, you still got your darts getting thrown your way, man. But like I said, you move and shake the right way, man. And keep business great. You know what I mean?
So when did you start making music?
Started making music back in the 90s, man, like 93, when I was a youngin'. But I never stopped, man. I started and I never stopped. Like, it hasn't been a day since that day or since that year where I took myself away from music. I might not have recorded every day, but I always had a mental note, always wrote, always had an idea. So yeah, still in it, still at it. Still feel like I'm a youngin' doing it, you know what I mean?
That's real. So what motivated you to start making music?
My older brother, man. My older sisters, man. My older brother, El Mac. You know what I mean? He came. He was coming down from New York a lot, giving me the new hypes, the new sounds. And when I started hearing Biggies and your Pacs and the Public Enemies and the people he was introducing me to, I just got hip to it, man. And that's what motivated me to stick to it. You know what I mean?
That's hard. So when would you say you decided to take music serious?
I decided to take music serious around the age of 16, 17 when I first got my shot with a guy named Levi Little. He introduced me to, the studio with the track boards. It wasn't no karaoke machine style, so I ended up recording with him, with my best friend, Dominic Jones, rest in peace. He ended up killing himself around the time I took it serious. And when he did that, that's when I just put it all on the table to this day. That's why I still do it, because I promised myself, I'm gonna do it for my boy, you know what I mean? And that's when I took it serious from 16 to now, man, And now it's just full-blown business now. I take it serious every day.
For sure. So tell me, man, how did you get your rap name?
Caligula. Actually, that's my real name, no gimmicks, man. A lot of people, gimmick their style up, but mine's all organic and authentic, man. I'm a junior. I got it from my pops. My grandfather was a history major in Oakland, California, and that was one of his favorite people in history. And Caligula, he was a Roman emperor back in like 32 BC. He was a real person, and I established the name. I'm the second coming of it, you know what I mean? But we're doing it different this time, you know what I mean? Still making a big name with the platform, but that's the history of the name right there.
That's hard. Yeah. So what do you feel like brings the best out of you and your music?
Just, man, just everyday love, man, everyday inspiration, everyday positivity, man. Sometimes I get some negative situations and some sideways stuff that inspire me too, but, I try to take just life experiences to inspire my next step in music and, my daily activity to, my new knowledge to put down on the track, to inspire me to push those bars out.
Straight up.
You feel me?
So what led to you signing with Danja?
Me and Danja grew up together in Virginia. I met him. We went to high school together, and we always had the dream of being big. We would skip class to throw shows in the auditorium. And when the teachers tell us, be in class, we had the whole 7 Bill, y'all come here, we throwing the show. So we linked from there as far as like the partnership, and then he ended up linking with Timberland and being like his protege in like in 2006, and we ended up teaming up. He formed NARS Records, and of course he came back, hollered at me and a couple other homies and asked did we want to take that adventure with him once we all came to Atlanta, and we did it. And then we ended up moving to LA for a while, and that's when I ended up getting into doing bigger records, just more concept with my writing, learning about songwriting, learning about major production, major artists, bigger studios, stuff like that. So shout out to Danja, man, that's my bro.
That's real. So talk about Fighter Jet with Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, Fighter Jet and that, that happened through Danja as well. He was working on Wiz's, I think it was HNIC, our Head Nigga in Charge album or something. It was that album, and he was working on it, and it was more like he had an artist, which was me, that he talked to Wiz about getting a feature or whatever, and then, it ended up going through, and when Wiz in LA, he had produced the beat. And Danja, he had an idea. He was like, yo, I got an idea about like being flyer in a fighter jet. He said, but you got to take it from there and we're going to get a feature. Because we first was going to get Tiger on it. But then Tiger, I think he had something else going on at that moment with Cash Money. And then we ended up having Wiz Khalifa as a second option. And I was like, yeah, run with that. Because, Wiz was getting hot at the moment. And the song was full at first, and then we sent the version to Wiz. He studied how I did it, threw his verse up there, and after it was all said and done, we all listened to it, and then we decided that to be the single. You know what I mean? And that's what kept me popping to this day. You know what I mean?
That's
Still
hard.
get a lot of recognition from that.
That's real. I bet you were happy you went with that Wiz feature over that Tiger feature.
Oh yeah, it was it was lit. Because when Wiz pulled up, it was like nothing against Tiger, man. Tiger's lit, man. But Wiz was more part of the culture I was coming into, man. You know what I mean? And when he pulled up, man, and that's when he first had came out with the Khalifa Kush. So it was us, a lot of rollerbladers out there. Shout out to Blader Gang. Shout out to Brazil who shot it. They introduced us to a lot of choreographer dancers that was in like Disney movies and all these other movies that dance. So it was a whole set full of just influential people, man. So Wiz is lit, man. I fucks with Wiz.
That's real. So how would you describe your current thoughts on the rap game?
The rap game is actually, man, to be honest, man, I actually love all the music that I'm hearing, man, because it all comes from different mindsets. You know what I mean? Everybody come with different backgrounds. Only thing I don't really condone with is all the fake flexing, the thinking you got to say something to be hot, or think you got to be away when you're not that. You know what I mean? And that's definitely what I advise any rapper or any artist to stay away from. Just be you, be organic, be authentic, and have real content. You'll get further. But as far as like all the music I'm hearing from the younger artists, older, it's a good mesh right now, man. And I think everybody should just do more collaborations and more meshing than, separation. You know what I mean? But I fucks with the rap game, big time.
Sure. So what would you say is the biggest risk you took for your career that paid off?
The biggest risk I've took for my career is, just jumping off the porch, going independent, man, and really learning that concept on your own instead of a lot of dependency on labels and rushing to get the deal, rushing to get a placement, rushing to do that. Me and my bros and my partner, shout out DJ Dez and The Block Never Sleeps, Wide Open Entertainment. We all took the risk together type thing, man, and it's paying off, man. It's paying off now, big time, man. We got big movement going on. We got big plays like every day, every month, every moment. We want to make the play, or we want to make the situation bigger. So it's more in our hands, and it's more controlled by us and our system. You know what I mean?
That's real. So what would you say is the biggest sacrifice you had to make?
Biggest sacrifices, man, maybe just my time and me being away from like family and separating yourself from you're gonna miss some Christmas days, you're gonna miss some birthdays, you might forget. When you go all the way in, you sacrifice, a lot of freedom, you know what I mean? And to gain that freedom back after you push that envelope and get to where you and your team need to be. And you get pockets of that freedom in between that too, you know what I mean? You just gotta grind, hustle. But to me, every day is a sacrifice when you get up and try to get it, man. Like anything you want in life, you gotta sacrifice.
For sure. So how would you describe the music scene back at home in VA?
Shoot, music scene in VA, it's still lit to this day. Like I said, it's certain limitations, but the music scene in Virginia it's beautiful, man. Like at any moment you can run into, like I said, the Clips, Missy, Pharrell, Tim, and all of them. It's just smaller, that's all. It's just a smaller scene, but it's still popping, you know what I mean? But I love the VA music scene. You can always find something in the water out there. That's what they say. It's always something in the water in VA. You always gonna find some dope shit.
For sure.
Feel me?
How would you compare the scene in VA to the scene here in Atlanta?
It's a big difference, man. Atlanta, it's kind of the same concept. You can find something in the water in Atlanta, like in every crevice of Atlanta. Like Atlanta's more widespread, and it's more opportunity. You know what I mean? Like you can turn on for instance, you turn on the radio in Virginia. They might say, "Hey, a reggae show going on," or something for the family. I mean, you hit all the stations in Atlanta. 2 Chainz over here. You go to the next station. This big company QC over here, and so it's a bigger platform, and that's what you got to take serious anytime you come to the A. It's a bigger platform, and you can get your shit popping out here. You just got to get with the right people, make the right investments, show the right character, and stay true to your shit.
Straight like that. So talk to us behind the inspiration on your single, All of the Money.
That inspiration came from earlier this year, man, with me revamping my next round of music. especially after running business, my own businesses out here, you know, it was more tapping into now it's time to get the guap, and I just felt like law of attraction. I brought a lot of law of attraction my way through, you know, a lot of manifestation, but you know, a lot of people talk about wanting money, but this particular song, the hook just came to me saying all of the money, like, you know, just all of the money, and I started writing it like that. It was just an idea, it's that simple, to the point where it just turned into what it turned into as I wrote, and it wasn't a long writing process. It just, I caught that little all of the money, and I just stuck with it, because that's what we pushing for, getting all of the money. That doesn't mean physical paper money, you know, just wealth and generational wealth, you know, cryptocurrencies, whatever you want to call it, digital assets, you know, all of the money, man. You know what I mean? Business. Any business we formed out here, me and my partners, you know, we getting all of the guap, you know what I mean? Mr. Polio.
Straight like that. What about never be outside?
Never be outside is that concept was a little more personal because of, you know, with the pandemic going on. That's how I kind of felt with, like, I'm never outside, you know, with the shutdown, but I was still, you know, in a creative process. So that concept was more of a subliminal title, like never be outside, but we are outside, you know what I mean? We outside every day pushing it, but it was really like never be outside in the cold, really, like, because, you know, you never catch me out there in the cold alone. Like, we're gonna always be in one, we're gonna always be making something shake. So we'll never really be outside in the cold is what I'm saying. Or nobody in my family never be left outside in the cold. So we'll never be outside on that concept. You know what I mean?
Straight up. So what can listeners expect from your upcoming project?
You can expect a lot of growth. You can expect for my followers, for my fans that's been put onto my music and that know my diverse background. This one is just I don't know, when they say you gotta recreate yourself, you know, as you go through your phases of music as an artist. This is just a new recreation, man. I feel like I'm back, like I'm 18 again, you know, but you're getting more realistic music out of me, like things that's really happening in my life, things that you really can see when you meet me, you know. Never nothing was gimmick, never nothing was fake, but this is more of I'm putting more of my reality in this set of music right here. You know what I mean? It's like my everyday reality from 6 months to now type thing. You know what I mean? So, and you know, we having fun with it, man. I got a lot of dope production. I'm working with a lot of dope producers, a lot of some legends. You know, I've been teaming up with Kepler. You know, getting great sound. And my DJ Des, he's helping pushing a lot of things. We working on some new things on that concept. So the music is gonna be, I don't know, man. It's gonna be more exciting this time for me, man. It feels like it's my first project, should I say? You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling about it. Like, that's how excited I am about it.
That's hard. Talk to us about your label, man.
Wide Open Entertainment, man. Wise individuals doing everything. Like that's my brother's CEO, man. He brought it to the table this year after hearing all of the money. Like I said, I was in the zone, sent all the music to my bro like I always do anyway. And, you know, he hit me back like, yo, hold up, man, what you on? And we need to make something bigger out of this than just putting it out, you know what I mean? And we put everything into to the proper paperwork and the proper formation on business, and we just did it. We pressed the button, and my brother been on go ever since he heard the new music. Because all I really sent him was All of the Money, MBO, and a couple other records. And a lot of that was based off of his decision on what he wanted to do next with me too. You know, because we always teamed up, and the same with DJ Des. You know what I mean? Des sent it to him, he just pressed, yo, we gotta go on these, you know what I mean? So it turned into that, so we pushed it as like, hey man, let's put me as the artist, man. We signed some deals, we worked on some deals, and Wide Open Entertainment is lit now. You know, we got RSM Mac coming up next, one of our younger artists, and it's just really us, man. We be looking for newer talent. We'll be looking for more elements to the label. But right now, we're gonna set it off with this. You know what I mean? Fresh start for the 21 and the 22 and beyond.
Straight like that. So, what would you say is the biggest challenge that comes along with being an independent artist?
Keeping your head high and budgeting your money right, man. You know what I mean? Like, cause you know, once you know, a lot of things with being an independent artist is you'll get caught into a lot of these third-party companies trying to take your guap saying they could do this, you know what I mean? I can get your Spotify views up to here if you give me this much, and or, you know, I can get on this interview and it really don't take you but so far, but, you know, around the corner, or, you know, you just got to budget your time, budget your money, and, you know, and have the right people around you when you independent, you know what I mean? And it's a vicious cycle in major situations too. Independency is a vicious cycle too. You just gotta have the right people, right circle, right team around you, right information, and getting the right knowledge. That's it. And you take that knowledge, take heed to it, take that advice. Can't get advice from everybody, you know what I mean? Some people will give you advice and they ain't went through shit. You know what I mean? Those are the people I decide to like fall back from, you know. But being independent, man, it's you know, it's a big step, you know, if you want to do it the right way and really make some money. Straight
like that. So what else are you working on right now?
Well, right now, man, I got a creative therapy company that I built called Liggy Abstract. We deal with the youth and deal with a lot of people that might run into mental health issues, and we use our creative therapy as far as painting, drawings, and music or anything artistic to help you, you know, get through those struggles. So shout out to Liggy Abstract. My partner Haley Bombard is involved with that. So is Wide Open, DJ Des, Kepler Studios. We all pushing that concept of creative therapy to help mental health issues. And also got my commercial cleaning business that's out there. Shout out to Tune One and everybody that's working with that. We have a commercial cleaning business out here working on, we got some urgent cares, restaurants, office buildings, and shout out to Believe Music Hall too. It's a venue that we partner with, and we work with them. So if you ever in the A, you want to come party, come to Believe Music Hall right there in Mechanicsville. So, you know, just doing some outside work outside of music to keep the entrepreneur spirit alive, and, you know, teaching people that, you know, it's bigger than music. Like a lot of people dig into just music, but, you know, you want to dig into a lot of other things to diversify your portfolio.
Straight like that.
You feel me?
Any last words or shout outs?
Man, shout out to the world, man. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to everybody following the movement. Shout out to everybody that really fucks with us, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Wide Open Entertainment, Kepler 22 Studios. Shout out to DJ Des, Block Never Sleeps, man. Liggy Abstract. You know, shout out to all of the money. Caligula, we out of here. Shout out to Dirty Glove Bastard, man. You know what I mean? Jumping off the porch, man, with it. You feel me? Beautiful establishment, beautiful platform, man. Artists, take heed, man. You know what I mean? Invest in yourself the right way, man, and take this shit serious, man. It's not a game.
Game.
Feel me?
Right before I hit the lick, I close my eyes, begin to pray. Let us make it back and pray my enemies be DOA. Rhyme bumping that Jeezy with two whole ones, yeah, that's me.